What's up, y'all? Doing our thing on our Saturday, you know. Let me tell y'all something. We're driving around, right? Because, you know, we're thinking about moving next year into somewhere different from where we're at now. And just on this random day, I decided to ride into this complex. Yo, do y'all know? I saw a hearse. I was like, what is this hearse right here for? So, in all days of any days, I ride in this complex, and these two dudes pulling out a dead body.
Yes. And
I'm
it's
like,
so funny.
What the hell?
Ron's reaction was hilarious. I said, oh, is that a hearse? And he was like, and then it's the police are there and coroner, and then the guys are rolling the body out. He was like, he said the F word. I'm trying not to curse, so I don't want to say, but he said the F word so hard it made me crack up. Like,
and I also said, we don't want that apartment.
Yes, it was, this is really nice luxury apartments we went to look at. And,
and you know that apartment's free, so
it ain't free. If it was free, we'd be moving there.
No, we ain't. That person died up in their apartment. No, we ain't moving there.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm good.
I would have no problem with it.
Nah, I'm good. I sleep and I wake up, and I'm cool. Something hovering breathing all over me.
One time, Ron had a situation.
Oh man, you gonna
where
tell
we
that
used
story?
to live, and
they ain't gonna believe you though.
And he was asleep, and I was downstairs. We lived in a 3-family house. Ron and I lived on the 3rd floor.
And this house is notorious for this. 3rd floor and the 1st floor.
Ron and I lived on the 3rd floor. My parents lived on the 2nd floor, and I was downstairs, and the owner lived on the first floor. And I was in my parents' apartment, and we're all laughing. We're in the kitchen having a good time. Then all of a sudden, I hear all this running, like, and stomping, and like the ceiling was gonna fall. And here comes Ron running down the stairs. He was like, "Oh shit! There's a lady hovering above me in the bed." And it's come to find out it was the owner's aunt. She passed away.
No, tell her how she passed away in the house.
I don't remember. In the tub?
This woman died in her bathroom in a tub. She fell asleep in the tub and drowned.
Okay, yeah, I didn't really remember what happened. I just remember.
And they told me the story. I was like, all right, cool, whatever. You know, all right, that's whatever. You know, she never bothered me. Yo, I don't know what was going on.
Hey.
All I know is I was in that house. I was tired too. I did like over 11 hours that day at work, and Dawn was downstairs with her parents and brothers, and they chopping it up, and I'm upstairs, and she said, well, come downstairs. I said, no, I'm tired. I'm gonna just go upstairs. I'm gonna catch a cat nap.
Yeah.
I ain't lying to y'all, man. I'm telling you, 10 minutes into that nap, I got cold, like straight up cold. I was shivering. I was like, why the hell am I shivering? I opened my eyes. This broad was hovering over my face like she was kissing me, and I freaked. Like I never ever encountered nothing like that before, and I can see her, and she can tell I was spooked. So you know how the movies and they just, you know, float off, but they floating away backwards. So she got far enough away, and I was like a cartoon. I swear to y'all heard the smoke. Pew, you heard that? Well, I'm telling, because they heard all that noise I was making. I got out of that apartment.
Out of that apartment.
I got out of that apartment.
Yep. I'd never seen her.
And ever since that day, they was never ever able to let me stay in that apartment by myself.
Yeah, he never did.
Never.
He never did.
Ever since that day.
I never seen her, never had a problem with her.
Clear as day I saw her. I can draw it. If I know how to draw, I can show y'all how she looks still today. And that happened 20-something years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Freaked me out. I never saw nothing like that before, man. It spooked me, dude. I'm telling you. I even told her, I said, you ain't never getting me to stay up there by myself again. Nope. Yeah, that was my adrenaline was pumping that day.
I've seen lots of ghosts before, and I don't really get scared by them. They've never looked really scary enough for me to be scared. But the one ghost that kind of scared me a little bit was when your uncle LJ was in our dining room, because Ron was just talking that he wished, because I see ghosts a lot, and Ron said, I wish I could see ghosts. I wish my uncle LJ would come see me. I wish, I could talk to him. It was like shortly after his death. Then I get out, I leave the bedroom, go into the bathroom, go into the kitchen, and scared the crap out of me. He was sitting at the dining room table, and I said, well, your uncle came. He's in the dining room. And I was scared because it was so dark. And his uncle was a big guy, like really tall, and he's really dark skinned. So it was really scary to see him sitting in my dining room. But then he was gone. Like, it was like immediate, like really quick. I never get to see them like lingering and get to stare at them or get to see them move or anything. It's always a stationary type of thing where they're just standing there or whatever, or like running by really quickly. Like, I've seen the kid's mom in our house a couple of times, and once I saw her, it was around Christmas time. We had Christmas stockings hanging on the wall, and she came out of the kitchen and walked toward the couch, and as she walked past the stockings, 2 of the stockings fell off the wall. And so I thought I saw her, and even though I see them a lot, I always second guess it. Like, no, maybe I'm just seeing things, or because, a lot of people say there's no such thing as spirits, or it's not a true thing. There's nothing in the Bible that indicates that we do see spirits or that people are lingering around. But I also think that the Bible doesn't tell you everything. It doesn't, the Bible stories are accounts of people that have had experiences with God and Jesus. So I think that everything that could happen in the world and that does happen in the world isn't in the Bible. So just because it's not there doesn't mean it's not something that can happen. And I know firsthand because I've seen them. And like I was saying, I do second guess myself because you try to rationalize things, but I've seen them. And seeing Kia and then seeing stuff fall off the wall as she walked by, that like kind of solidified for me that she was definitely there. And even once I've seen my dog, well, I've seen him many times, but
did you ever tell that story about Dane?
Our dog had passed away, and he used to run to the front door anytime someone was at the door. Like if someone rang the bell or knocked on the door, he would run to the front door ahead of me, like kind of on the side of me, but he'd always get there before I did. And someone rang the bell. I walked out of my bedroom to answer the door, and I'm walking straight, and all of a sudden I hear the click, click, click of his feet on the floor. And I put my hand down, because I used to always put my hand down to touch him, like put my hand down and like rub on top of his head all the way down to his tail as he walked by me. And he was a German Shepherd mix, so he was pretty tall. I would put my hand down to brush his head all the way down to his tail as he walked by me. And I did that. I put my hand down, and in that moment I forgot he passed away, because I saw him clear as day. I felt him when I put my hand down to touch him as he went by. And my niece at the time, who lives with us, she was probably 4 or 5 years old. She was little, like 3, 4, 5, somewhere in there. And I went to the door, answered the door, and as soon as I reached my hand down and I felt him, then I immediately thought in my head, oh, he's not here anymore. Like that was his spirit. And I answered the door. I came back. As I walked back, I didn't say anything. I didn't react. But my niece, who's sitting on the couch, who was watching cartoons, she said, I just saw Damien. And I was like, okay. He was here. He's here. He went with me to the door because my niece, who really doesn't have any concept of ghosts or anything, she also saw him. And she also knew he was gone. So she was like, I just saw him. And I was like, okay, yep, he was here. So those incidences, especially when it's somebody else backs it up, like even though you saw, what you saw, it's still it still makes you feel justified when somebody else saw it too. So that's...
And it's funny how we just got into this conversation because we
saw a damn dead body
we
today.
saw a dead body, but I don't think I've ever... by the way, y'all should know who we be by now. I go by that dude, Ron G, and this is my wife, Donna. You know, really late into the video, but it's all good. Oh, there's
those were nice trucks. Did you see those trucks?
There's a dream that I had with Dan. I don't know if I ever told my wife, but it was one time me and my wife, we was living in the house, and we was having a bad patch. I think it was like 2 years for us having a bad patch, being married, not boyfriend and girl, but being married. And I don't even know how. I think it was a dream within a dream. So I was, me and her was arguing in a dream. And then I fell asleep, and then I woke back up, but that was the dream in the dream, and I thought I was up. So I walked into the living room, and our couch was moving. I was like, what? So I wasn't thinking nothing of it, so guess what I did? I went to go sit down. I grabbed the remote.
On the moving couch?
On the moving couch. And when I sat down, I heard a growl, right? And I was like, what? So I sat there. I didn't think nothing of it, maybe because I was sleepy and I'm just seeing stuff. And I didn't think nothing of it, so I turned the TV on, and then I heard it again. So I went to grab the cushion, and then when I pulled it up, it was Damien growling and barking at me. I guess it was kind of like a, hey man, calm down. You know what I mean? Y'all acting stupid. You know, you're the man of the house.
Leave my mommy alone.
Leave my mommy alone, and y'all do good by y'all marriage. That's how I took it, because I never dreamed about him before. You know what I mean? And at that time, me and my wife was going through a real bad patch. So I think that's what that was for. And I don't think I've never told you that.
Did,
yeah,
no.
I've never told you that. It was such a weird dream.
I used to see one of my ferrets too. I've had a lot of pets.
Lots.
But I seen one of my ferrets, Lily. She was my favorite. She was my favorite. And I used to see her a lot. And I actually felt her too. She did this thing, and I guess it's because she was so little, that whenever she walked beside me, and we didn't wear shoes in the house, so I was always barefoot. Whenever she walked beside me, if I stopped walking, she would stop walking. But she would put her paw on the top of my foot, and I think it was like letting me know, hey, I'm right here, don't step on me, type of thing. I don't know why she did it. That's why I think she did it. Like every time I stopped moving, she'd put her paw on top of my foot. And once I was walking from our bedroom into the kitchen, and I'm walking, and I thought I saw something on the ground, but again, I didn't really pay that much attention to it. And then when I got to the refrigerator, I felt the impression on the top of my foot, and I looked down. I didn't see anything, but I felt her there. And you know, and that's another thing. People always say things like, you know, it's, you think you see somebody because your brain remembers them, or you think you feel someone, like me feeling Damien as he walked by, his spirit walked by me, or me feeling her impression on my foot. It's because your brain remembers it. And all of those things sound so logical to me. Just like a person who's had a limb amputated, they say that they still feel like that limb is there sometimes, or they still feel the pain of when it was amputated, or whatever the case may be. So I do believe that your brain is a very powerful muscle, and that you can have, you know, that muscle memory, that sensation memory. But again, that was another situation where my nephew Dorian, he was a baby, and he was a little kid, because he's the youngest, and he said, "Oh, I just saw Lily." So it's like, okay, you know, you're not crazy when you have these little kids, especially when you're not reacting. You're not saying you saw them. You're not it's not like these stories you're talking about with other people, so that it's not like they're even repeating something they heard, because a lot of times when I see things, I keep it to myself. So when you have other people seeing it, I just think it's special that they came back and that they didn't leave me, because, you know, those pets meant a lot to me.
But come on, all you guys know we all a little crazy.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Just a little tiny bit.
We all a little crazy.
Yeah.
All of us.
Yeah.
But But it's funny how we triggered into this conversation just because I was overreacting over,
A person who passed away. And we did say a little prayer for them. Like,
well, let's be honest, my wife did.
And then you did too.
I just was like, what in the hell? But yeah, I just said a little quick, God bless you.
Yeah.
Hopefully you live in a better life now, and I moved on.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's that. Doing some drink.
I'll buy you a drink.
Oh. I'm drinking my lemon water out of a Chinese wonton soup container.
That's contaminated with nothing but tea droppings.
It's been washed so many times.
He just constantly keep drinking out of a plastic teacup. A big nasty mug.
It's not nasty. Schwenkenfelder. What's the name of that place? Doesn't this look like an old insane asylum or something?
I can dig it. Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
It'd be cool if it was like a bunch of logs.
This is a school.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it over there. That library is so nice. I love this whole area. I want to live over here. I like it. Look at these houses.
We only on the next street over. That's it. The main street's to the left.
Oh my gosh, I do love this little area. Do you remember how we got over here?
It's the street right over. Once I make a left, we back in town. Is this operational here?
What is this building?
They got a little baby trampoline over there. Yeah, literally, we go. Actually, let's do it now. We to the left.
Oh, you can't turn down there anyway.
This way you can.
Oh.
I'm not going that way. Come on.
Oh, something in my teeth.
It's always something in your toothes. Your teethy. Your tevivus.
My tevivus?
Your tevivus.
Oh, that's for sale.
Wow.
Oh, it's right there.
How far did I go up here? Oh, this ain't good.
I think this is the town Gab lives in.
We keep going straight. You'll see where we are. I gotta get to the main street because we're on the numbers now. We go a little further over. Hey, look at this. Oh, I think I saw that.
I'm gonna look up. Let's see what they got in there.
Yeah, I think I saw this already.
That's a cute place.
He ain't climb. He just on his ladder.
That's a nice looking church. And that's another thing. If we move too far, we're gonna be so far from church.
I know you need to get in the frame.
Oh.
We didn't try that far up. Keep going.
Excuse me.
Keep going until I get to a main street.
Main Street.
See how all these houses look the same?
Yeah.
Every single one of them.
They're row homes. That's why.
Yeah. That one had a tag
Those
on
are
it.
decent row homes.
I think anything up this way is pretty decent. I would like for you to move over, lady. With your 3 times.
Oh, they're just talking to me. I moved over.
Your 3-time glasses on. That's right. I call it 3-time glasses.
Cross traffic does not stop. Oh, they don't have a stop sign.
Alright, just make it right.
They got a lot of stuff going on in their lawn.
Lots.
Sometimes it's just too messy. Like if you have too many things.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
More the merrier.
What?
The more the merrier.
Oh.
Look at that. Look how cool that looks.
Yeah, I like that.
I don't know where the hell I'm at. It's alright. We'll just keep climbing.
I know where we are.
You do?
I do. Post office right on the corner.
Hey.
This is where I was when the cop saw that my inspection sticker expired. I turned right here. He was sitting right there, and then he just waited for me.
Look at the gas station and I always pass every day.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. It's right back chill.
I like it over here. You laughing at her?
Yeah.
Like she holding her cigarette? Yeah. Her big booty.
She swaying that cigarette, boy. That was funny. That was fun that day. Yeah, so it's all back up in there. So like I said, the surrounding area is pretty cool, you know.
Do you have gum?
No.
Mints?
You got that nasty breath.
Does my breath stink?
Probably.
Kiss me anyway.
Oh. So now that I went that way, I'm trying to remember the street that I saw that I wanted to go downtown.
Oh man, what's my lip balm?
Because you keep playing around.
Why you just talk to me like I was a child?
Because you are.
Because you keep playing around.
Because you keep playing around. You are.
I kind of want a coffee.
Well, you didn't say that, funny. I kind of want a coffee.
I did?
That's what you said. I kind of want a coffee.
Oh.
Coffee.
We should go to that coffee shop in Bethlehem. It's
Now while we way up here.
No. It's a new coffee shop. And
alright, y'all, we're gonna close y'all out.
They have a lot of
we got something else.
gourmet things.
We'll come back and give you another separate video.
Oh, we were just right behind there.
Yep.
Right there, because we passed that church.
We're gonna close this one out. This is like almost 22 minutes.
And we ain't got nothing to say.
Until something else sparks us. Alright? So
that has
this is us signing out.
Have a great day.
The G-Way. We're gone.
Bye.
Until next time. We may do another video today.
Oh, we should stop into my friend's shop right here.
You know how we do.
Tank Masters.
Peace, y'all.